So today is Grand Seiko Day. Today is the day that I finally get a new Grand Seiko in my collection. I did just buy one for my wife at Little Treasury Jewelers, which I recently mentioned that in a video that I just posted. Today's the day that I finally get one for myself. The reference that I got, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but I think overall I'm very, very happy with my choice. Let's go to the other room and check it out for the first time. So I finally did it. I've been wanting a Grand Seiko for years, and I finally got one. What pretty much did it was the fact when I went to buy my wife's Lady Snowflake at Little Treasury Jewelers, which I posted a video about my visit there. I actually tried on this particular watch that day, and at the time I was like not really even considering it, but then I saw a deal I couldn't pass up, and I was like, you know, is having like a snowflake like dial, or like an super elaborate, you know, nature inspired by nature dial worth thousands of dollars? And I was like, no, it's not. What I really appreciate about the watch is its finishing, the rest of the watch itself, the case finishing, the actual movement within it. That's the stuff that I really appreciate. Yes, the dial is nice, but a more simple dial will help me appreciate the entire watch as a whole versus like just a dial being like the star of the show. Let's get this guy out. This is reference number SBGA203. Again, I actually tried it on at the Little Treasury Jewelers. This is one of the watches I actually tried on, and turns out this is one of the watches. This is the watch I bought, so I ended up buying. At the time, again, like I said, I didn't think I was going to, but so yeah, this is the box that a Grand Seiko comes in if you haven't seen one before. So let me just show you what's in the box first. You got a nice piece of foam, very thick user manual. This is a spring drive model. I wanted a spring drive in particular. And this watch includes box and papers, and see I got my warranty card here. I'm not going to show you, I don't want to show the serial number or anything. And yeah, there's some warranty information in here. And they include this nice little pouch thing. And here she is. This is the SBGA203. This is the matte black dial. It's a spring drive model. This watch is all about understated elegance and class, I think. It's not a showy dial like a lot of the Grand Seikos are. It's just a simple, like I said, understated, and you know that's what I like about it. I'm getting all the qualities of a Grand Seiko watch that I wanted, and I specifically wanted a watch with a display case back or an exhibition case back. And there, I got the hang tag here. And yeah, let's get it off the pillow. I want to take this plastic off and get a better look at the dial here, which is still very nice, even though it is just a plate, you know, a more simple, you know, obviously Grand Seiko is known for like their nature inspired, super elaborate dials. This watch still has all of the hand finishing that any Grand Seiko would have. You can see how these indices like pop. The applied markers is just, you know, I'm just moving it a little bit and see how they pop with the light. There's a lot of attention to detail in a Grand Seiko, and this is one of the things that when I saw them in at the store, I was like, oh my god, I've never seen such crazy finishing. The mirror-like finish on the side, I think it's called Suratsu polishing, and the brushed finish on the top there's just so. The finishing is just crazy. I don't think I have anything quite like this in my collection. Let's zoom in a little. That is just insane. But yeah, so this is like I said, this is spring drive. This is a screw down crown. So let me wind it up and try to get it nice and wound up here. So get that spring drive going. Obviously, spring drive. There's no really ticking. There's no it is just a smooth movement through the seconds hand there. You know, the winding feeling that you get from a spring drive, from what I've just experienced, is a little different from a mechanical watch, a mechanical watch. It feels more like a gear. I'm turning like a gear around, as opposed to like a main. I mean, this is a mainspring. There's a mainspring in here that's what's actually making the watch function. This is sort of like the blending of mechanical and quartz all in one, because it is quite cool. I always wanted a spring drive movement, and I figured if I'm going to buy a Grand Seiko, it's going to have to be a spring drive model. The polishing on this is insane. It's just it's just so, the case finishing is so nice. So it's a nicely decorated movement, and I definitely wanted to see that spring drive in action. If I wanted to see that beautiful movement in the back, I didn't want to have it covered, and this is pretty much why I chose this watch. So the reason, so I paid $3,200 when I was at Fiddle Treasury. I think they would have given me a tiny discount, but nothing close to this for this watch. This retails for $4,900. When I saw it for this ridiculous price, and by the way, I actually purchased this at delraywatch.com. You know, Federico talks watches business. You know, John P as well. John P Watches. They both have YouTube channels, and I actually bought it from them. Everything is done by hand with a Grand Seiko. You got to remember that. To get something like this made in Switzerland, to get something finished by hand like this, is just, you're talking crazy money. The fact that I can get something like this for $3,200 is, talk about value. Crazy value in this watch. And obviously there is no other, the only way to get a spring drive is to Seiko. Is to Grand Seiko. Obviously you can get it in Seiko as well. So you can get it through Seiko and Grand Seiko, which is, I mean, they're the same company. Again, this does have a screw down crown. It's nicely, has a nicely polished bezel. Has, again, hand finished markers, hand finished case, beautiful matte black dial. Again, understated elegance. I believe it looks like the logo is printed, or I don't know. It looks like it's printed on the dial. But again, every which way you move, you're getting, the markers are just catching light there, and it's just so elegant. It's got a signed crown with GS for Grand Seiko there. So here I got my SZSB 011, I believe it's called. Maybe I'm wrong about that reference, and the SBGA203. I just featured this watch on the channel, and this is sort of my, like, the closest thing that I got to a Grand Seiko looking watch from, you know, that's made by Seiko right now. This is a JDM model. Again, I have another video on it. And I can put the link up there, the card up there. And this is the real Grand Seiko. As you can see, there is, if I just move them around, you can see that just look at the Grand Seiko and all the light play that there is on the dial from the markers, and I can kind of do the same thing. Yeah, there's a little bit, but it's not even close. You can, the finishing on this, on the Grand Seiko, you think, oh, I can just buy a Seiko and I'll get the same experience. That is not true. The Grand Seiko is just, it just leagues beyond as far as quality on this. Obviously, this is a really, really nice watch, and I'm really happy I have it. More than anything, I just wanted the crown at 3 o'clock. I have my SNK 393 here. Crown's at 4 o'clock-ish, and I just wanted to get something that looked a little more like this. And this obviously JDM watch, like I mentioned, and it is quite nice. But I have a video about it if you want to check it out. But the Grand Seiko is just insane. This thing is just beautiful and understated, and I love it. I feel like I covered the case and the dial quite extensively. I just had it sized. I sized it myself. So this does have screw down pins, but it's sort of like how Omega uses the 2 little screws on each side with the pin in the middle. It's a bit more of a pain than the usual screw down pin, so it did take me a little longer than usual because those little screws suck. And they have a habit of flying off of your tweezer or something. Ask me how I know that. Yeah, I've lost a couple of these from one of my Omegas. So the bracelet is nice. It's like looks like sort of like a 5-link design. So it's got 2 side brush links, some brushing in the middle, and 2 like polished links, flanking the middle brushed one. So it's a very nicely finished with a mirror finish. Looks like it's Shiratsu polished on the sides of the links as well here. It has a push button release clasp. Very simple to use. This did have 2 half links which help me size it. I removed 1 full link and 1 half link to get it to fit my wrist quite nicely. And obviously you have the signed clasp with GS for Grand Seiko, and a nice milled deployment there, which is nice. So it's an overall very high quality clasp and bracelet. It is really, really nice. But let me put it on wrist so you can check it out. And this thing fits so nice. When I tried it on in the store, I was like, man, I wasn't even considering a Grand Seiko like this one. But then it sort of, I kept watching the video of my phone of it, and I was like, wow, that, you know, it slowly like won me over. And but then when I saw it on in Del Rey, and they had it for $3,200. I was like, no, I think this is the one. It was almost like a sign, almost. Yeah. So this thing fits perfect to my wrist. I have a 7¼ wrist, and it just it honestly it's perfect. It fits so nicely on my wrist. Well, let's take a few measurements of the watch. So this is supposed to be a 40mm watch. I got 40.7. So thickness, I got 12.7, and the lug to lug about 48, 49 there. Yeah, but so 20mm lugs as well. Yeah, just to wrap this up, obviously this is not a mechanical watch, so I can't put it on the time graph or anything. It is mechanical, but it's not your typical time graph when we work on it. So I'm going to see how much it weighs actually. I got 144 grams there. So it's got some weight to it. And let's see how much my Seiko here weighs. So it weighs 20 grams less, and you can actually feel that. This 123 grams. And these watches are about the same size. I believe this one's the Seiko's about a 40. The Grand Seiko is a 41, well, just under 41, as you can see in the video. There's a little more weight to the Grand Seiko than to the normal Seiko here. So yeah, if you want to consider that a sign of quality, who knows? But it does feel a little more substantial on wrist. As you see, I got my Grand Seiko on. I love it. This literally might be my favorite new watch. Probably my favorite watch in my collection right now. I might have just taken the Omega Seamaster's place. I'm a massive Seiko fan. If you count this one, I think I have like 11 Seikos right now. I think this watch is a clear winner. If you're interested in a Grand Seiko, you don't necessarily need to pay full retail. Unfortunately, these are not the most popular. These aren't like Rolexes where you have to pay premiums for them. They're readily available. You can go to any AD that has them. Del Rey Watch occasionally have them in stock. You're kind of limited to the ones they have at any particular time. If you actually want to be able to choose one, choose a specific reference, you're probably going to have to go to an AD and pay full retail. I was sort of interested in this one anyway. I did try it on at Little Treasury Jewelers. I kept thinking about it more and more, and I was like, if I could ever get it for a reasonable price, below retail, and I finally got it. And this one's got full box and papers. Love my new Grand Seiko. Let me know if you have any questions about the watch. Very much in the honeymoon phase with this thing. Anyway, it really helps a lot if you can like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.